And this morning, Toledo Mayor Wade Kapszukiewicz will serve as mayor for another 4 years.
So he received 68% of the total vote, and this morning we are speaking with him live. Our Amy Steigerwald set up this interview this morning, and Amy, the mayor really predicted that victory early last night.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Tiffany. Around 9 o'clock last night, the mayor predicted and called he would come out on top. And this morning, he is joining us live for his first interview after the election. Mr. Mayor, thank you so much for waking up with us. Congratulations on your reelection. I want to start with an issue that your opponent really zeroed in on, and that is crime and violence here in the city of Toledo. We know you have increased the Toledo police force and recently introduced the Violence Interrupters program, but we are still seeing some rising homicide numbers and overall violence throughout the city. What is next when it comes to tackling this problem?
I don't think there's any one thing that's going to help us address this problem. I think it's a number of things, and we're going to continue with our holistic approach on doing everything we can to keep crime numbers down and to reduce the gun violence that we've seen across America. Our violence interrupters that you just referenced, they began their work in our target neighborhood. Our priority neighborhood was the Junction neighborhood right after Labor Day. And since then, we actually haven't had a single homicide in that target neighborhood. It's been 7 weeks. Now, goodness knows, even one homicide is one too many. And this is not to say that something terrible couldn't happen tonight or tomorrow. But I think there are early signs that we're making some progress, and we need to be committed enough to this program to give it a chance to work.
All right, moving on now, we want to tackle the issue of roads. We've seen you really pride yourself on improving those residential roads, as well as the work that just recently was completed on Summit Street. How is that going to continue on in your next 4 years?
Well, the reason we were able to break all the records with regard to our road repair was because the citizens generously passed a Toledo roads levy last November, a year ago at this time. That provided, for the first time in the city's history, $19 million a year, every year, that can only be spent on roads. Can't be spent on anything else, and that's why we were able to resurface a record-setting amount of roads this year. Well, that's a 4-year levy. So that means next year we're going to do the same amount, and the year after we're going to do the same amount, and the year after that we're going to do the same amount. And then after the 4 years of the levy, the citizens will have the opportunity to reevaluate and see if they want to renew it or not. But this was not just a one-hit wonder, a one-year wonder. This funding came from a 4-year levy. So what we saw this year, which was a record, we're going to see every year for the next 4 years.
All right, well, we thank you for waking up with us this morning, and I'm sure we'll hear from you in the days to come. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.